Bonjour, un grand bonjour à vous tous. J'espère que vous allez bien. Alors, vous êtes sur French Action and today, remember, it's CSEC reading. As you know, the exam is going to come pretty soon. It's in April and you have to get some practice. So for this, as you know, I don't need the practice. You need the practice. So I have invited 2 students. So the first one, I'm going to introduce you to a nice little lady. So I'm going to see if she's there. Yes, she's there. So Chantel, bonjour. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself to our viewers, please?
Oui, je m'appelle Chantal Joseph, j'ai 16 ans. Je suis de la Dominique et je vais au collège Péchas.
Oh, très bien. De la Dominique. You heard that from Dominica. Et maintenant, nous allons avoir une autre personne. Alors, on va voir, c'est un il. On va voir s'il est là. Alors, bonjour. Bonjour. L'anglais. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien.
D'accord, bien. Alors, can you introduce yourself too?
Je m'appelle Lovelette, j'ai 17 ans. Je vais au collège San Diego. Je suis de la Jamaïque.
Ok, so collège San Diego de la Jamaïque. C'est à Saint Catherine, right?
Oui, madame.
D'accord. Bien, so here are the 2 students who are, I have to say thank you for coming on live on French Action. It's not very easy and, it's some practice for you. So I hope that you're going to see it that way and not a competition, okay? We are just here to practice. All right, so I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to go straight into the practice and I'm going to share my screen with the first words which you will have to pronounce, okay? So the way it's going to be, you're going to have different sets of exercises and the first ones will be a couple of words, then you'll have more words, it gets a little bit longer, sentences, and the last exercise is going to be the text, where you're going to read the text, okay? So it's quite a lot to do, but the way we're going to do it, Lovelette would like to start. So Lovelette will start each time, and Chantal will give her version after Lovelet. Is that okay with the two of you?
Oui.
Oui?
Oui, madame.
Ça va? Okay. So, let's share the screen. Let me share the screen and all right, so my screen is up. Alors, Lovelet, the first word.
Les collégiennes.
Chanel?
Les collégiens.
Okay, it's not quite right for both of you. It's les collégiens. You have the sound yen. It's the same sound which we have in chien, which is dog. Les collégiens. OK? Les collégiens. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît?
Les collégiens.
Voilà. Et Chantel?
Les collégiens.
Voilà. That's 10 times better. Yes. What about number 2? Numéro 2.
Lycéens.
Chantel?
Lycéen.
OK. OK. Lycéen. D'accord. OK. Numéro 3. I didn't quite get that, Lovelet.
Accueillir.
Chantel?
Accueillir.
Accueillir, yes. Accueillir, it's not an easy one, I must say. Accueillir, which means to welcome, okay? I didn't ask for the translation of collégien and lycéen. I hope you know what un collégien is. Both of you are collégiens because you are in a college. I remind you that college is a secondary school and it's not college, okay? And lycéen would be for those who are doing CAPE, all right? Numéro 4, s'il vous plaît.
L'Équateur.
Chantel?
L'Équateur.
L'Équateur, that's correct, Chantel. It's not ka, it's quoi? L'Équateur. L'Équateur. So we have to be careful. It is different from the word quality, which is qualité. Ka, we have ka and not quoi. So be careful. Équateur, but qualité. D'accord? Numéro 5.
Oui, madame.
Numéro 5.
L'aiguille.
Chantel?
L'agile.
Ah, no. Okay. This one, do you know what that means? Have you seen it before?
Non.
Okay. It's une aiguille. L'aiguille. L'aiguille. It's a needle. A needle you use to sew. Okay. L'aiguille. So we have to be careful because we have the sound gi, but here it's not going to be gi, it's going to be l'aiguille. L'aiguille. Okay, Lovelet, répétez s'il vous plaît. Lovelet and Chantel.
L'aiguille.
Très bien. Et Chantel?
L'aiguille.
L'aiguille. Très bien. Ok, numéro 6.
L'atout.
Chantel?
L'atout.
Très bien. L'atout. Yes, there's a consonant at the end, but it's silent and you didn't pronounce it, so that's very good. L'atout, which means what? You don't know? L'atout means the cough. You know, when you're coughing, this is the noun, the cough. cough. Okay, numéro 7. So this one will be easier now. Lovelet.
La qualité.
And Chantel?
La qualité.
I said it would be easier because I said earlier to you that it's not like équateur, and we would say qualité, but now you're saying quality. It's qualité, la qualité. So you have to be careful. It's not équateur. So with équateur, the equator, l'équateur, but la qualité. D'accord?
D'accord.
La qualité.
D'accord.
Numéro 8.
Le verrou et les verrous.
Chantal?
Les verrous et les verrues.
Okay, not quite. The first one is a funny one. It's le virus. Le virus. So we are going to pronounce the S, whereas at verrou, we're not going to pronounce the E or the S, okay? Le virus, but les verrues. So virus is virus. And do you know what verrou means? Have you seen that word before?
No.
No, it's a wart. W-A-R-T. You know, things you have on your feet or things like that. Okay? So we have to be careful. Le virus et les verrues. D'accord? Alors, numéro 9. Numéro 9.
Le guide touristique.
Chantal?
Les guides touristiques.
Okay, Chantal got that one. Le guide touristique. Here we're going to have Guy. Le guide touristique. But you both did well because I remember one year I had a guide for this pronunciation. So you didn't fall into that trap. So that's very good. Le guide touristique. D'accord? And the last one for this exercise?
Quelques euros.
Chantal?
Quelques euros.
Okay, not quite. Okay, here you have quelques, and then you have euro. But with quelques euros, you have an S here, which you need to link to make the liaison. Okay, here, you have to make the liaison here, and it's going to give you quelques euros. Quelques euros. Alors, Lovelet, can you try that? Quelques euros.
Quelques euros.
Voilà. Et Chantal?
Quelques euros.
Très bien. Okay, so this is the end of the very first exercise. Okay. How are you feeling?
Bien. Bien.
Bien? Okay, sorry, my camera went for a minute. Okay, so this is the first exercise. What were the difficulties for you?
It was some of the some of the letters I couldn't identify with the pronunciations.
Which ones?
Like for example, what was the first one? For collégien.
Collégien. Okay, all right. What about you, Lovelet?
Some of the words I did not know it's the first time I'm seeing them, so I wasn't familiar at all.
All right. All right. What you're going to find is that in the text you will be given, you will find words or you may find words which you have never come across. So you have to really use the sound system, the French sound system, and see how you can use other words that you know which look alike, and try to see if the pronunciation is going to, you're going to use that as a model, really. But there will be words which you don't know on the day. That's bound to happen. So don't panic when that happens. And just very quickly, I say bonjour to all the people who have written something in the comments. Bonjour, bonjour. I'm very pleased that you're here, and to support, we need a lot of support as well for the students, because it's not easy to be live doing something, especially when we're not so confident. So that's very good. Thank you very much. All right, so now I'm going to share my screen again for the second exercise. All right, so this part, you have two words which you have to pronounce in one go. Okay, so you say the first one, the second, and that is for each line. Okay, so starting with you, Lovelet.
Ba, bas, tu, tout.
No, just one at a time. Thank you very much.
Oh, just one.
What
Okay.
about you, Chantel? The first one. Chantel?
Oui.
Yes, I didn't hear your pronunciation for the very first
Oh,
one.
it was my internet, because the screen I go.
Okay.
Donc, c'est ba et ba.
No, not quite. The first one is ba, and the second one is baz. Baz, we have to remember that the S between two vowels gives you a Z sound, okay? So we're not going to have bas, Lovelet, we're going to have baz. Okay, so it should be ba, baz. Okay? All right, Lovelet, the second one?
Tu, tout.
Chantel?
Tout et tout.
Très bien. Both of you got it right. Next one.
Ta et tas.
Chantel?
Ta et tas.
Très bien. Both of you got it right. Next one.
Des erreurs, des arrows.
Chantel?
Des zéros et des zéros.
Okay, not quite. It's des heureux. So des heureux means happy people. Okay, des heureux. And heroes is des héros. Be careful with this one. If you say des zéros, I understand number zeros. You're giving me a few zeros, and that would be a problem. Okay, so des héros as opposed to des zéros. Des zéros, we are talking about numbers here. Okay, so je répète, des heureux, des héros. All right, so I'm going to ask Lovelet to repeat this for me, please.
Des heureux, des héros.
Not des, is des héros.
Des héros.
Okay, try again, please.
Des heureux, des
Not des
héros.
euros, des heureux. Des heureux.
Des heureux,
Mhm.
des héros.
Voilà. Très bien, Chantel.
Des zéros et des héros. Des héros.
Des héros.
Des héros.
Mhm. Try again.
Des zéros et des héros. Des héros. Pardon.
Yeah, the first one is heureux, not euro. Euro, remember, is euro. Heureux is happy. It's not the same. Okay? Des heureux. Okay. What about next one? Please.
Corps et cul.
Chantel?
Corps et cœur.
Okay. I didn't quite hear the R of the first one is corps, which means body and not corpse. Okay, it's corps. And the second one is cœur, and cœur is heart. Okay, so Lovelet, répète s'il te plaît.
Corps et cul.
Cœur,
Cœur.
cœur, cœur.
Corps et cœur.
Voilà. Chantel?
Corps et cœur.
Corps.
Corps.
Chantel.
Corps et cœur.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, the next one.
Cœur et chair.
What about you, Chantel?
Cœur et cœur.
Cœur et cœur, you said, right?
Oui, madame.
Yes, that's correct. It's cœur and cœur. It's the same pronunciation. That was my little trap, Lovelet. All right, so cœur is heart, and cœur with the H is the choir. Okay, so it doesn't mean the same thing at all. Choir. All right, so cœur and cœur. So if, for example, in the reading, you see a CH and the OEUR, don't be fooled by that. Don't use the sh sound, but you still keep the same pronunciation as for heart. Okay?
Oui,
All
madame.
right. This little one there. Okay. Lovelet.
Les ons étaient étages. Les 11 étages.
Chantel.
Les 11 étages.
Les 11 étages. Yes. Lovelet. It's not les 11. It is true that normally we have a compulsory liaison with les when we have a noun. But here we have 11. This 11 can only have the link from the Z, but not from the beginning, okay? So we can't say les 11. We have to say les 11 étages. Les 11 étages. Okay, so 11
Ah oui, madame.
and étage is floor, okay? Okay, numéro 2.
Une vieille femme.
Chantel?
Une vieille femme.
Très bien, Chantel. Une vieille femme. Okay, that pronunciation is a little bit difficult, but that's the way it's pronounced. Une vieille femme. Do you want to try again, Lovelet?
Oui, madame. Une vieille femme.
Voilà, une vieille femme. OK, numéro 3.
La famille royale.
What about you, Chantel?
La famille royale.
Okay. It's, yes, la famille, I would say royale. Okay. Do you remember what an I stands for? What does it stand for? What is the Y? Sorry, what I want to ask you, what is the equivalent to a Y in terms of the letters? A Y equals to what?
It's a double L. A double L.
No. No. The Y equals to two eyes. Okay? So basically, what you would have is the first I. Let me write it so that you can see how it works. So you would have the first sound like this, and then you have the second sound like that. Okay? Wa, yala. And then because it's two eyes, so we're going to have this Y. Okay? But whenever you see the Y like that, it's two eyes. So you just use the same sound system. You know that OI gives you the sound wa. All right? So you still use that. Royal. So la famille royale. OK? Numéro 4, s'il vous plaît.
Des pays magnifiques.
Chantal?
Des pays magnifiques.
All right. Pays, okay. I think, Lovelet, I heard mag. Is that right?
Oui, madame.
It's not mag, it's ma. So here, when you have this word, this is what you should see. Ma, ni, and ni, if you have done Spanish before, is the N tilde, it's the same pronunciation, ny. Donc, magnifique. Des pays magnifiques. OK? So, Lovelet, peux-tu répéter, s'il te plaît?
Des pays magnifiques.
Voilà. Voilà, très bien. OK. Numéro 5.
Une sœur et une amie.
Chantal?
Une sœur et une amie.
Très bien. Une sœur et une amie. That's very good. Here, the trap was the pronunciation of the T and the U, which is often made by students, but which is incorrect. So that was my little trap, but you didn't fall into it. So that's very good. And une amie, this is compulsory liaison. And often, during exams, I find that students don't make those liaisons with the une and the une plus the word starting with a vowel. They don't. I don't know why, but you've done it well. So that's good. Numéro 6, s'il vous plaît.
Ces 6 enfants.
Chantal?
C'est 16 enfants.
Très bien, Chantal. 16. Why did you say 6? Lovelet.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay, 16 means is 16. Okay, I'm sure English came into it. And this is what we often hear in the exam. Exactly what you said. And that's why all this is here. These are common mistakes made by students. C'est 16 enfants. C'est 16 enfants. All right? So be careful, Lovelet, if you see that word, which means 16, don't pronounce it as 6. Okay?
Oui, madame.
Yeah, on the day, many students make that mistakes. Okay. Numéro 7, s'il vous plaît.
Il a saisi l'opportunité.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to repeat, Lovelet, please.
Il a saisi l'opportunité.
Chantel?
Il a saisi l'opportunité.
Très bien. Okay, il a saisi l'opportunité. Now, saisi is also a word which is difficult for some students, but remember what I said before, an S between two vowels gives you the Z sound. So you're going to apply that rule. And also you need to remember that AI gives you the sound E. So il a saisi l'opportunité. OK? Numéro 8, s'il vous plaît.
Mon aiguille est rouillée.
Peux-tu répéter, Lovelet, s'il te plaît?
Mon aiguille est rouillée.
Chantel?
Mon aiguille est roulée.
Okay, Chantel, you didn't get it right for the last word. Can you try again?
C'est roulé. Roulé.
No. In fact, what Lovelet said, rouillé. Rouillé. My needle is rusty. Okay, so mon aiguille, I'm very pleased that both of you got it right because you remember we had aiguille before and you mispronounced it, but you remembered, so that's very good. Mon aiguille est rouillée. Rouillée. Chantel, okay? Do you want to try again, Chantel?
Monsieur, mon aiguille est rouillée.
Rouillé. Voilà. Numéro 9.
Tout droit, puis la première à droite.
Chantel?
Tout droit, puis la première à droite.
OK. Très bien, Chantel. Lovelet, look at the word tout droit, puis là, the word after là. Try again, Lovelet.
Premier.
It's not premier because there's an E at the end. Okay, I'm going to type what you actually said. This is premier. Okay? Premier. Première. Premier. Première. Okay? Common mistake in the exam. Okay? Donc, but I have to say you did well with the droit because that was also a problem. It was also a trap of mine. Okay, tout droit, but à droite. So that's very good. All right. And the last one.
Le bon coin.
Chantel?
Les bons coins.
Why did you say les? Why did you say les?
Moi?
Le, yes, Chantel. Why did you say les? There's no les here.
J'ai dit les.
Yes, you're here. Le.
Oh, c'est le bon coin.
Le bon coin.
Oh,
okay, it sounds like a little a. Le bon coin. Très bien. I was sure that you would have made a mistake with coin. Coin is a corner. It's also, it could be a place. Okay, le bon coin. I'm referring to a website which is called Le Bon Coin. And it's a website where you can, you look for accommodation in France. Le Bon Coin. And coin very often is pronounced coin. So you did very well. So how are you feeling? You're not too tired?
No.
No, but okay. I'm just going to ask those who are watching, what do you think of Chantel and Lovelet? What do you think? I know it's not easy to pronounce words that they've never seen. I personally think that you're doing very well, okay? Because, as I said, the words which are there are those which cause problems to most students on the day. So, Mikala Matisse, go Lovelet. You know that person?
Oui, madame.
Lovelet? Oui, okay. Yes, Lynette Luke says they are great. Thank you very much. Yes, you are. You are. Ils sont géniaux, très splendides. Ouh là 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 là. Vincia says Chantel is making us proud. Wow. And Lovelet, keep at it. Okay. And Lovelet, you have a classmate, Amber. So that's very good. Okay. So we're going to continue. Of course, as we continue, the words get a little bit more challenging, but I know that you will manage very well. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, Lovelet. The first line.
Monsieur.
Chantel.
Monsieur.
Okay, très bien. In the exam, I heard many times M. All right. So when you see an M with a dot, you have to remember that it could mean monsieur. Okay. And in the text we had, it was definitely monsieur because it was a M dot plus a surname. Okay. Numéro 2.
La Tour Eiffel.
Chantel.
La Tour Eiffel.
Okay. It's not quite La Tour Eiffel. It's La Tour Eiffel. La Tour Eiffel. I know that in EI in English is the sound E, but it's not in French. It's La Tour Eiffel. La Tour Eiffel. Okay, you want to try Lovelet?
Oui, madame, la Tour Eiffel.
Voilà. And Chantel?
La Tour Eiffel.
Très bien. OK. Numéro 3.
Le Quai d'Orsay.
Chantel?
Les Quai d'Orsay.
Okay, neither of you got it right. Is le Quai d'Orsay. Okay, le Quai d'Orsay. I think it was used in one of the texts. It's a place in Paris. Le Quai d'Orsay. Quai, out of context, you would have used it if you had done train station. It's a platform on the train station, but of course in the Caribbean we don't always have train stations, so sometimes those words are not necessarily taught, but if you have that, is le quai d'Orsay. D'accord? So remember that one, le quai d'Orsay. Répète, Lovelet.
Le Quai d'Orsay.
Très bien. Et Chantel?
Le Quai d'Orsay.
Très bien. Next one, Lovelet.
Reims.
Chantel?
Reims.
I didn't get that, Chantel.
Reims.
Okay, neither of you got it right, and it's not an easy one, that one. It's a town in France, and it's called Reims. Reims. So if you get that's that town, at least you will know that it's not any of whatever you said, or Reims or anything like that. It's Reims. Okay? Lovelet, peux-tu répéter s'il te plaît?
Reims.
Très bien. Chantel?
Reims.
Très bien. Next one.
Fontainebleau.
Chantel?
Fontainebleau.
Okay. Neither of you got it right. I was watching a video and that's what I heard. And that's the reason why this word is there. Because the person kept saying Fontainebleau. But why do you say bleu? Can you explain this to me?
So we're thinking of the color blue.
Yes, but the color blue doesn't have an A. So what is the sound E-A-U in French?
O.
O.
The sound O, like water, okay? So now that you know that E-A-U is O, Lovelet, can you try again, please?
Fontainebleau. Blue.
Try again.
Fontainebleau.
Chantel?
Fontainebleau.
I'm not happy. No. Try again.
Moi?
Both of you.
Fontainebleau.
But you're saying bleu again. Chantel?
Fontainebleau.
Not quite. Fontainebleau. Fontainebleau and not Fontainebleau. It's Fontainebleau. Okay? If you say that E-A-U is O, it has to end with the sound. The O sound. Fontainebleau. Okay? So, Lovelet, try again.
Fontainebleau.
Blow.
Blow.
Okay, Fontainebleau. Chantel?
Fontainebleau.
Okay, yes. Now I got that. All right. Lovelet?
Rouen.
Chantel?
Rouen.
Rouen. Okay, très bien, Chantel. Is Rouen. That's where I used to live, actually. It's a city in France. Rouen. Okay, so is roux, and en is the sound en. So we're going to say rouen. All right. So try, Lovelet.
Rouen.
Voilà. Voilà. Okay. Next.
La Société des chemins de fer.
Très bien. Okay. Chantel, are you back with us?
Yes, my proposal today.
Okay. Okay. We are doing after Rouen.
La société de chemin de fer.
Très bien. Très bien. Okay. This one wasn't an easy one, but you both did very well. Okay. Next.
Les Québécois. Québécois.
Les Québécois. And Chantel?
Les Québécois.
Très bien. Très bien. Next.
Le siècle des Lumières.
Chantel?
Les siècles des Lumières. Pourquoi je dis
Le siècle des Lumières. Okay, try again, Lovelet.
Le siècle des Lumières.
Yeah, okay, le siècle des Lumières. Okay. And the last one?
L'océan Atlantique.
Chantel?
L'océan Atlantique.
Okay, you've done very well. Très bien, très bien, très bien. All right, so now it's a bit longer now. Some of it are full sentences, okay? You're going to see some sentences there. So let's see. Lovelet?
Quand on a raison.
Chantel?
Quoi, on a raison.
All right, both of you are wrong here. You didn't make a liaison which is compulsory with quand. Do you know that liaison with quand? Do you know the rule with that one? No?
No, madame.
What about you, Chantel? Do you know the rule there? No. All right. So when you have a quand, like this one, Q-U-A-N-D, which means when, and then you have a word beginning with a vowel, like it's the case here, there's a liaison which is compulsory. And another thing which you need to know is that the D is not going to be pronounced as a D. The D sound is going to change into a T sound. So instead of saying quand we're going to say quand on a raison. So that is very, very, very important, because I find that the CXC texts have quand plus a vowel very, very often, and the students tend not to make the liaison. And this, obviously, it's wrong, okay? Quand on a raison. So can you try that, Lovelet?
Quand on a raison.
Très bien. And Chantel?
Quand on a raison.
Très bien. Do you know what it means, quand on a raison?
When we have a reason.
No, it doesn't mean that. Avoir raison, so you need to learn that, because avoir raison, it's to have expression, and that is on the syllabus. So when you have avoir raison, it means to be right. Okay? So when we are right, that's what it means. So you need to make a note of that. Avoir raison means to be right. And it's a to have expression. And you need to know that for the exam, okay? Number 2. Numéro 2.
As-tu les clefs de l'atelier?
Chantel?
À tous les clubs de l'atelier.
Okay, so both of you fell into my trap. Okay? The C word, which is here, it's a word which I've seen in the text, CXC text. It's the word for key. There's 2 spellings for key in French. You have this one, but you also have the CLE with an accent, an acute accent, and that means key. Okay? As-tu les clés de l'atelier? Do you have the key to the workshop? Okay? So that's what it is. So it's not clef, but it's clé. As-tu les clés de l'atelier? As-tu les clés de l'atelier? So lovely, try that again, please.
As-tu les clés de l'atelier?
Très bien. Chantel?
À tous les clés à l'atelier.
I didn't say A after clé.
À tous les clés de l'atelier.
Voilà. OK. Numéro 3.
C'est-à-dire.
Chantel?
C'est-à-dire.
Okay, Chantel, you've got it wrong there. C'est-à-dire. Okay? Everything is pronounced. It's in one go. The T is linked to the A. C'est-à-dire. That is to say. So try that again, Chantel.
C'est-à-dire.
Voilà. Très bien. Numéro 4.
Derrière la barrière de fermier.
Chantel.
Derrière la barrière du fermier.
Fermier, très bien. OK. Derrière, barrière, but, fermier, très bien. OK, numéro 5.
J'ai dû.
By the way, do you know what derrière la barrière du fermier means? So what is derrière?
Behind.
La barrière.
Barrier.
OK, the fence. OK. And du fermier. Fermier. What is fermier?
Close.
It's closed.
Oh, no. Fermier. Fermier is a person. A farmer. Behind the farmer's fence. That's what it means. OK. Bien. Numéro 5.
J'ai dû m'éloigner.
Répète, Lovelette.
J'ai dû m'éloigner.
Chantel?
J'ai dû m'éloigner.
Not quite. Lovelette, you're very close. Is where you made the mistake is the ER at the end. Okay. You remembered how to pronounce the G, so that's good. J'ai dû m'éloigner. Remember, when you have a verb ending with ER, which is the case here, you need to have the A sound. And the A sound tells us that it's the infinitive form of the verb, okay? So, j'ai dû m'éloigner. Et. Very important, okay? Do you know what it means?
No, madam.
No, I got that from one of the CXE texts. Yes. J'ai dû m'éloigner. J'ai dû means I had to. M'éloigner comes from s'éloigner, which is a reflexive verb, which means to move away. Okay, I had to move away. It comes from, you see, loin, which means far. So if you think about it like that, far, so you need to go far, further, you need to move away. That's something like that, I would say, okay? It's a reflexive verb, so that's why you have the M apostrophe. And of course, because dû is the past participle, it's already one verb here. So remember the rule, when you have two verbs following each other, the second always takes the infinitive form, okay? So that's why we have ER at the end, and we need to hear it, all right? So can you try again, Lovelette?
J'ai dû m'éloigner.
Très bien. Chantel?
J'ai dû m'éloigner.
Très bien. Très bien. You have good pronunciation. Très bien. Numéro 6.
Tous les enfants, tous.
Chantel?
Tous les enfants, tous sont.
Okay, Chantel. The last word. You said tous. Do you want to try again?
Bien sûr. Tous les enfants, tous.
Okay. So why do you think it's tous now?
Miss, I believe the ENT probably silent.
It is silent. It is silent because it's the present tense. Okay?
Ah, well, okay.
The ending of the present tense. This verb is tousser. Do you know what tousser means?
It means to cough.
To cough. Yes. Très bien. So all the children are coughing. Okay? Numéro 7. Lovely.
Elle a embrassé tous ses filles.
Chantel?
Elle a embrassé tous ses fils.
Très bien, Chantel. Elle a embrassé tous ses fils. Fils. Okay, she kissed all her sons. Okay, now, Lovelet, the way you put it, I think it sounded like Phil. Phil, I explained that in the other lives I had for CXC, is that there's a difference between fils, which is son, and fils, which is son or sons, and fil, which is thread, which is the thread you will need with your aiguille. All right? So you have to be careful here. Of course, when you see the word, you don't know if it's fils or fil, but you have to look at the sentence and work out what will go better there. Now, she kissed all her threads. Wouldn't make sense, would it? So it has to be sons. Okay, so that's how you work it out. All right. Numéro 8.
Elle s'est assise sur un banc.
Chantel?
Il s'est assis sur un banc.
Très bien, Chantel. Banc and not bank. If you say bank, Lovelet, I think of bank. You know the bank where you withdraw your money from? So you have to be
madame.
careful. So banc, B-A-N-C. What does it mean, banc, with a C? Do you know? Banc with a C means bench. All right? It means bench. Okay? So he sat down on a bench. All right? So remember that you cannot have bank with the B and C. Otherwise, it means what?
It means bank.
A bank. All right? So you have to be very, very careful. All right? Okay. Numéro 9.
Nous avons deux merveilleux paysagers ici.
Okay. Répète, Lovelet, s'il te plaît.
Nous avons deux merveilleux paysages ici.
Chantel?
Nous avons de merveilleux passages ici.
Passage? Why did you say passage?
Okay, no
This
comment.
is what I heard.
Donc, c'est passage ou passage?
This is what you said. Okay, I've just typed it. I don't know if you can see it on the screen as yet.
I can.
Okay, this is what I heard. Passage.
Okay, Miss, I'm not really familiar with that word.
Okay, so can you try again?
Nous avons des merveilleux paysages ici.
Paysage, that's right. So basically what you have the word pays, which we know already, which is country, and then you just add âge, pays, and then remember what you said, an S between two vowels gives you that sound. Remember, the Y in French is a vowel. So P-A, paysage. Okay? That's how it works. D'accord? And très bien, Lovelet. You got the word. The two words here was merveilleux and paysage. Those two words always give problem. And the last one?
C'est un outil intéressant.
Lovelet?
C'est un outil intéressant.
Sorry, I didn't mean you. I meant Chantel. Sorry. You did pronounce it already. Sorry.
C'est un outil intéressant.
Très bien. C'est un outil, Lovelet. The L of outil is not pronounced. C'est un outil intéressant. OK? D'accord? Bien. Well, you have done very well. I'm giving you a little break. Yes, it's not easy. So how are you feeling?
Yes, I feel good, but just a little nervous.
A little nervous, okay. Okay. So did you feel that the words were difficult?
Not really, miss. Maybe just me not remembering some of the rules and not really taking my time to pronunciate it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What about you, Lovelet?
I'm okay. It was okay. I really realized the things that I need to work on and the rules that I need to revisit, pronunciation.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. And I think just to tell everybody, those who are watching, that's the whole point of you being with me on the platform, because watching it is different from being on the platform, isn't it? I'm asking the two of you, isn't it?
Oui, madame.
Yes,
Oui, madame.
yes, it is. It is different, and obviously you're going to think differently, and you know that you have to come up with the good. Whereas when you watch, even if you don't do it well, it's not a big issue, is it? It's not a big issue. So it's I think it's good that you are there and practicing. So anybody who wants to practice, please just drop me a line, and you can be the next person on this very same platform. Okay, just quickly to give them a little break. I see Cheyenne saying good job, guys, good job. Slayer Original says ils font des merveilles. Wow. And Rayana says, great job, Chantel and Lovelet. Do you know this person?
Oui,
No?
madame.
Oui, okay. And Vincia, you all are doing well. Keep going. You've got this. All right. Merci, Vincia. So you know Vincia, right, Chantel?
Oui.
All right. Okay. And Lynette is saying, don't be nervous, Chantel. You got this. I totally agree. Actually, I'm not too sure why Chantel is nervous, because you're doing very well.
Yes, I'm not really used to doing things in front of a lot of people, even if I can't see them.
Okay, all right. Okay. And I have Jean-Christophe Audebard. Bonjour, Jean-Christophe. Bravo, Lovelette and Chantel. Okay, so Jean-Christophe is French, okay? He's French. So if he says bravo, he knows that you're doing very well. Merci beaucoup, Jean-Christophe. And Kia says, great, guys. All right. So you are doing well, and I totally agree with them. So we're going to continue. But before that, I'm just going to draw your attention to what is behind Chantel. Chantel has painted a wall, right, Chantel?
Oui, mademoiselle. Oui, madame.
And she did it herself. Can you show a little bit your wall?
Sure, but my camera is also...
Yes. So she told me that she just painted all this herself and straight to the wall. Without any help, Chantel?
No. My mother helped me painting the red ones, but I did it all by myself.
Okay. So it looks like you could be a very, very good artist, right? Yes, yes, somebody says, Kia say, wow. I mean, I have to say, when I saw that last time, I had to ask you who did it, and you told me you, and I was very impressed because I wouldn't be able to do that, even with a pencil. So that's very good. All right. So let's go to the next part. Okay. So for this, I'm going to share my screen again. I hope you're not too tired, guys. All right, so now we're going into things which are a bit longer before we move on to the text. So I did it that way to really help you because I didn't want to give you the text in one go. So, you know, you've been practicing little words and then sentences and now little passages. So that should help you. Okay. All right, so Lovelet. Off you go when you're ready.
Je me débrouille en français. Je ne comprends pas tout, mais les quoi, les gros mots, je les comprends tous.
Ok, Chantel.
Je me débrouille en français. Je ne comprends pas tout, mais les gros mots, je les comprends tous.
Très bien, très bien, très bien. You understood what you said, Chantel, right?
I really think so.
Okay, tell us in English.
Like débrouille, like in French, pardon, français. In French, like I can handle myself. Let's just say, like I can handle myself in French. I'm not going to understand everything, but I will understand the big words. The big words, I will understand them.
Okay, do you know what the big words are? What are the big words? What does that mean in English, the big words?
Means the, like, maybe the words we can't really pronounce yet.
Not at all. Les gros mots means the bad words, the ones that you learn first.
Oh.
Yes, gros mots means bad words. Doesn't mean big words at all. Okay? So for those who don't know, je me débrouille, I get by in French, as Chantel said. Je ne comprends pas tout. I don't understand everything. But les gros mots, the bad words, je les comprends tous. I understand them all. Okay? Now, you have done very well, both of you, because in this particular sentence, I was testing the pronunciation of tous. Okay? Je ne comprends pas tout. Je les comprends tous. Earlier on, we had tous, T-O-U-S, and you didn't pronounce the S, which was correct as well. So I wanted to see if you knew how to to use that tous. And yes, for those who are not so sure, the reason why we have to say je les comprends tous is because tous is referring to les gros mots and we are placing an emphasis there. Okay? So, Lovelet, the pronunciation for débrouiller. Je me débrouille. Tu peux répéter, s'il te plaît? Je me débrouille.
Je me débrouille.
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 Voilà. Je me débrouille en français. OK. Très bien. Numéro 2.
Cette jeune femme est arrivée à l'hôpital. Elle était enceinte.
Chantel?
Cette jeune femme est arrivée à l'hôpital. Elle était enceinte.
Très bien. Elle était enceinte. Enceinte. Pronunciation, Lovelet. Enceinte. Do you know what enceinte means?
To be pregnant.
That's right. Okay. Did you know the word, Lovelet?
No, madam.
Yes. Okay. I gathered that because there was this little pause there. Okay. So, elle était enceinte. Okay. Très bien. So, this young woman arrived at the hospital. She was pregnant. Numéro 3.
Il a reçu un cadeau parce qu'il a réussi à ses examens.
Chantel?
Il a reçu un cadeau parce qu'il a réussi à ses examens.
Très bien, both of you. Très bien, très bien. Donc, il a reçu un cadeau parce qu'il a réussi. So, be careful. The reason why il a reçu is here is because we had that word and most of the students said reçu instead of reçu. So, please remember when you have a cédilia with a U, you cannot have the word Q. It has to be the sound su. Il a reçu, he received. OK? Il a reçu un cadeau parce qu'il a réussi à ses examens. OK? He received a gift because he passed his exams. OK? Très bien. Okay, so now we are going to move to number 4.
Je suis déçu de mes chaussures car elles sont toutes neuves et la semelle est déjà cassée.
Chantel?
Je suis déçue de mes chaussures car elles sont toutes neuves et la semelle est déjà cassée.
Mm-hmm. Okay, not bad. Lovelet, the word for shoes wasn't quite pronounced correctly. And for Chantel, the tooth wasn't quite pronounced correctly. Okay. So, Lovelet, can you try the pronunciation of shoes again?
Chaussure.
Yeah, so you know the word chaussure. So why didn't you say that? Okay, so can you try again, Lovelet?
Miss the entire thing?
Yes, oui.
Ah, oui. Je suis déçu de mes chaussures car elles sont toutes neuves et la semelle est déjà cassée.
Why did you say neve? You didn't say that earlier on. Why did you say neve? There's no accent on the E.
Désolé, neuve.
Nerve, yes. And the first time you said it correctly, I think. Okay. What about you, Chantel?
Je suis déçue de mes chaussures car elles sont toutes neuves et la semelle est déjà cassée.
Très bien, très bien. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Je suis déçu. What does that mean? No? Okay, être déçu means to be disappointed. So can you guess what it means now?
I am disappointed.
Mm-hmm. With what?
With my shoes because they are all new and something else.
Something else is not there. The word something else is not there.
Miss, I don't know what la semelle
Okay.
is.
All right. Okay. Elles sont toutes neuves. Is it how you would translate it, Chantel?
Can you please repeat? I didn't hear that.
Is it how you would translate it? They are all new?
Not really.
What would you say?
Disappointed in my shoes because they are new.
Okay. They are new would be elles sont neuves. So elles sont toutes
They are all
neuves.
new. Sorry.
So why do we have the toutes here? Okay,
Mrs. Specify.
no, in
to
fact,
show
it's
that
an expression. Tout neuf means brand new. Okay, tout neuf. If you say you have j'ai acheté un sac, il est tout neuf, it means it's brand new. And la semelle is your, oh gosh, I forgot the word, the sole. La semelle est déjà cassée. It's already broken. Okay? All right. Déjà means already. All right. Not bad at all. You're doing well. Should be numéro 5, but I had moved it. All right. Numéro 5.
Dans 19 heures, j'aurai 19 €.
Chantel?
Dans 19 heures, j'aurai 19 euros.
Okay. Both of you miss the F sound, which you put should have changed to a V sound for the linking of neuf and heure. Dans 19 heures. Not 19 heures. Dans 19 heures, j'aurai 19 euros. Okay? Can you try that?
Dans 19 heures, j'aurai 19 euros.
Très bien. Chantel?
Dans 19 heures, j'aurai 19 euros.
Okay, it's not dans 19 heures, it's dans 19 heures. Remember, the F needs to change into a V sound. I don't really hear that. Dans 19 heures, Chantel?
Dans 19 heures.
Dans 19 heures.
Dans
Yes.
19 heures, j'aurai 19 euros.
Voilà. OK? Ça va?
Oui.
You're not too tired?
Non.
Okay, and the last sentence, and after that we have the text. And that's it. Okay? All right.
Toutes les lycéens et toutes les lycéennes ont tout réussi.
Chantel?
Tous les lycéens et toutes les lycéennes ont tout réussi.
Okay. Chantel, you made one mistake, and Lovelet is not quite the pronunciation. Try again, Lovelet.
Tous les lycéens et toutes les lycéennes ont tout réussi.
Okay, so basically the two of you said the same thing now. It's tous les lycéens et toutes les lycéennes ont tous réussi. Emphasis. It's the same emphasis we had when we were talking about the bad words. Je les comprends tous. Okay? So, tous les lycéens et toutes les lycéennes ont tous réussi. Okay? D'accord?
D'accord.
So I remind you that
madame.
lycéens and lycéennes are students who are in a lycée, and lycée is when you study for CAPE or A level, okay? So that wouldn't work for somebody who is doing CSEC because you wouldn't be a lycéen, okay? You would be a collégien. D'accord? Bien. So I'm going to stop a minute, all right? And you are going to read the text in a minute, all right? I'm going to, I don't know, how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it in one go, or you want to do half and half? How do you want to do the text? By the way, they haven't seen the text yet, all right? So they don't know what text it is.
Miss in one go.
In one go? What about you, Chantel?
Sure, miss.
What did you say?
I said sure.
All right. Okay. All right. So this text is not a CXC text. I have explained to my viewers last time that CXC is not going to allow me to use the text for the exams. I have asked and it was not accepted. So I have to come up with some texts. And this text is already on French Action and it's called Spring Cleaning. In fact, if my memory serves me right, it's the very, excusez-moi, it's the very first text I wrote based on the problems that students who take CSEC make. Okay, they make some mistakes. So I went through all this, and that's what I came up with. All right. So I'm going to change a little bit the format of the text because it was in chunks. So I'm going to see if I can put it in one go, but it's going to be difficult because well, I'm going to try to put it in such a way you can see it in one go. Okay, so let's try that. All right, so viewers, you need to read as well and see, and what I'm going to ask you to do is to listen and then try to put in the chat the mistakes you think you heard. Okay, and that would be good. And I'm not talking about you know, trying to see who reads better. That's not what it is about. It's about really trying to correct the mistakes. All right, if there are any. All right, so I'm going to take my little pen as well so that I make a note. I'm going to share the screen. Lovelet, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. I'm not giving you the 10 minutes you have in the exam. Okay, so you're going to have a couple of minutes. So just read the text once, basically. And then when you're ready, you can go. All right.
Miss, is this the entire passage?
Sorry, I had to mute. I had something in my throat. I'm sorry about this. I had to mute, so I was talking, but you didn't hear me. I cannot put the whole text in one go because if I do, I would have to reduce the font and the viewers may not see the text properly. Okay, So I'm going to really go slowly, and you're going to have to read it like that, okay? Is that okay?
D'accord, madam.
Okay. Sorry about this. So when you're ready, you just start. You don't need me to tell you when to start, okay? So I'm following the live as well with my phone, and I'm realizing that there's a big gap between what I'm saying to you and what the viewers are actually hearing. There's a little disconnect because it takes, normally it's supposed to take 3 seconds to go onto YouTube, but at the moment it's very slow. It's taking more than 3 minutes. At the moment, there's, as I'm speaking to you, there's still the text going on, and I've stopped the text quite a while ago. So there's a little bit of a disconnect. So I apologize for that. Has nothing to do with us. It's to do with technology. Maybe it has to do with our internet. I'm not too sure. Okay. So Lovelet, I'm going to put back the text. Okay. And I'm going to go slowly. So try to get it quickly so that you can then decide to read when you're ready. Okay?
Oui, madam.
So I'm going to share the text again. It's called spring cleaning. So I remind you that on the day you will have a text in English, the title, sorry, in English, and you'll have to say it in English. In fact, that's the only English word you'll be allowed to say on the day of the exam. Okay? Can you see the text? Lovelet?
Oui, madam.
Okay. The last word is aussi. So when you have the word aussi, A-U-S-S-I, it is the end of the text, okay? So Lovelet, when you're ready, you let me know so that I can put back the text right at the beginning.
Miss, I am ready now.
Okay, so I put it at the beginning. Okay, spring cleaning, you don't need to say it in English. Okay, I'm going to try to put as much there as possible. Sorry.
I can go now?
Yeah.
Ah oui. Pour le nouvel an, j'ai décidé de nettoyer la maison de fond en comble. J'ai nettoyé chaque pièce. J'ai ensuite passé de temps à vider mes tiroirs. J'ai retrouvé des tasses de choix inutiles, des cadeaux de Noël jamais utilisés, des objets de décoration devenus de vrais ramasses poussière à nettoyer. J'ai fait du pile ce qui était à garder et ce qui était à jeter. Chaque objet me rappelait en un événement, ou une personne. Je soupirais de temps en temps. J'ai j'ai alors pris un carton et je me suis mise à le remplir. J- Si si je n'ai pas utilisé ces objets depuis plus d'un an, c'est qu'ils ne me sont pas nécessaires. Il y avait tant de choses dans ce carton que le voisin a dû m'aider à le transporter. Je me suis débarrassé de, je me suis débarrassé de nombreuses choses. La maison me semblait plus légère et moi aussi.
OK, merci. OK, nous allons arrêter une petite minute. Une petite minute. Alors, Lovelet, did you find the text difficult?
Oui, madame.
Too hard?
No. I think if I had a bit more time to practice, though.
Yeah. Remember, though, Lovelet, on the day you're going to have 10 minutes to prepare, okay? Today you didn't have any preparation time. So remember that too, okay? Bien. Chantel, it's your turn. Yes? All right, so I'm going to share it. So, Lovelet, you can rest now. You've done everything I have asked you to do, and the text was the last thing to do. So, you can relax now. Okay, so now I'm going to share the text. So, Chantel, I'm not giving you any time because obviously you've seen the text now, okay?
Okay. I can start?
Oui.
Pour le nouvel an, j'ai décidé de nettoyer la maison des fonds en comble. J'ai nettoyé chaque pièce. J'ai ensuite passé du temps à vider mes tiroirs. J'ai retrouvé des tas de choses inutiles, des cadeaux de Noël jamais utilisés, des objets de décoration devenus des vrais ramasse-poussières à nettoyer. J'ai fait des piles, ce qui était à garder et ce qui était à jeter. Chaque objet me rappelait un événement ou une personne. J'ai soupiré de temps en temps. J'ai alors pris un carton et je me suis mise à le remplir. Si je n'ai pas utilisé ces objets depuis plus d'un an, c'est qu'ils Ce qu'ils ne me sont, ce qu'ils me sont n'est Attends. Ce qu'ils ne me sont pas nécessaires. Il avait tant de choses dans ce carton que les voisins a dû m'aider à les transporter. Je me suis débarrassée de nombreuses choses. La maison me semblait plus légère et moi aussi.
Merci bien. So how are you feeling, Chantel?
It's good.
Yes, you're feeling good, and you should, because you did a good reading. Yes. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the mistakes. Okay, I've noticed that the two of you made the same type of mistakes, so I'm going to go through that. Okay. All right. So if you remember, the text was I'm going to type de fond en comble. Okay, so this one, can you see the fond en comble? It's an expression, and it's an expression that you may not have seen. So that's the reason why, even though fond en comble was well pronounced, I didn't hear the fond en comble. I didn't hear that. Fond en comble. Nettoyer, something de fond en comble means thoroughly, okay? So when you do spring cleaning, you don't clean like everyday cleaning, but you go thoroughly, and that means the fond en comble. So this is an expression, a new expression for you. So if you happen to see it in the text, remember to link the fond en comble, okay? Another mistakes I have noticed is both of you say temps en temps. Here again, you have to pronounce, or to make, I should say, you have to make the liaison de temps en temps. De temps en temps, from time to time. Okay? De temps en temps. And ces objets, for some reason, the two of you, you didn't make the liaison with ces, and I don't know why. You said ces objets is ces objets. This is compulsory liaison, okay? So you have to remember when you have CES, which means these, you need to have a liaison, okay? I have to say, Chantel, these are the only mistakes I spotted. Yes, so that is very good. That's excellent. Okay, it's a shame that you stop at some time. At some point, you stop. I guess somebody must have come into your room, and is it why you stopped?
It's not that, miss. Is the word started to confuse me a little on the pronunciation.
Okay. Okay, all right. Okay. So that's very good. Okay. Now for you, Lovelet, there's more mistakes, but even though there are more mistakes, the reading is good. And that is very important. It's still a good reading. You just need to practice. You just need to practice a bit more, okay? And the way to practice is that you have to do it. I mean, I always say to my students, just read a little, even if it's a little short passage every day so that you get used to it. And if you do that every day, that only takes a couple of minutes, and you're going to see that it comes, and the day you're going to have to read, it will be coming just like that. That's how it works. I hope that everybody agrees with me. Yes? I don't know if everybody agrees with me, but your teacher, Chantel, is saying, very good job, Chantel. So she's proud of you. That's very good. And we have Sherian Elise, which is great job. My child proud of you. So I'm not sure which child it is.
That's my mother.
Okay, it's you. All right. Okay. Yes. All right. So what I'm going to do now, just to help you a little bit, okay? Thank you, Marvin. Totally agree with me. Thank you for being here, Marvin. I'm just going to read, or not necessarily read the text, but show where the students usually make mistakes, okay? So that those who are learning to read or who are practicing the reading don't make the mistakes. And that will be the last time you will see the text, okay? So I'm going to share the text a last time. So tell me if you can see the text now. I know it takes a little bit of time before you can see it. Can you see the text now?
Yes, miss.
Oui, madame.
Okay. So I'm going to read the text. Pour le nouvel an. We need to remember that nouvelle and an needs to be linked, okay? It's not pour le nouvel an, it's pour le nouvel an, okay? J'ai décidé de nettoyer la maison de fond en comble. That's what we call spring cleaning, okay? J'ai nettoyé chaque pièce. J'ai ensuite passé du temps. Be careful with the word temps. I have a feeling that I heard the S or something with you, Lovelet. I know this one was mispronounced. Is du temps à vider mes tiroirs. So I have a feeling that some of you don't know the word for tiroir, what tiroir means. Do you know what tiroir is? Tiroir.
No, madame.
Yes, I could hear it from the way you were reading, because you don't know the word, so you hesitated. Okay, so when you're going to have the text, even though you may not know one or two words, you still need to think about the pronunciation to have on the day. So TI gives you what sound, Lovelet? TI gives you what sound?
T.
T. And then ROIR gives you what sound?
Wire.
No. Okay, this OI gives you what sound?
Oi.
OI. Whenever you see a word with OI, what sound is it?
Wa.
Wa. So we're going to have mes tiroirs. And because there's an R, we're going to pronounce the R, not the S, but just the R. Okay? Tiroir. Tiroir is a drawer. Okay? So, you know, in your drawers, you put a lot of stuff. And when you're going to start a spring cleaning, you will have to empty your drawers, okay? And that's what it says here. Vider means to empty mes tiroirs, okay? Donc, j'ai ensuite passé du temps à vider mes tiroirs. J'ai retrouvé des tas de choses inutiles. des cadeaux de Noël jamais utilisés, des objets de décoration devenus de vrais ramasse-poussière à nettoyer. Ramasse-poussière, I've noticed, Lovelet, you hesitated there. Why?
Miss, it seemed like a really long word.
Yes. All right. So ramasse-poussière are basically what I call ramasse-poussière is all the little things we put as decorations, you know, and I call them ramasse-poussière because ramasser is to gather, poussière is dust. Is what I call dust collectors, okay? They have no, for me, okay, there's no purpose apart from decoration, but at the same time, if you have a lot of them somewhere, placed somewhere, then you have to clean them on a regular basis because dust settle on them, okay? So if you have too much dust and the dust settles on them, then it's no good. So you have to clean them. So I call them ramasse-poussière, all right? And I'm talking about all the Christmas presents, which probably were, you know, they are for decoration and which are in fact real dust collectors to be cleaned. Okay? J'ai fait 2 piles. So 2 piles is 2 piles, okay? J'ai fait 2 piles, ce qui était à garder et ce qui était à jeter. What was to be kept and what was to be thrown away. Chaque objet me rappelait un événement ou une personne. Now, the word person, you both said it very, very well, but in the exam, during exams, I find that a person is mispronounced. So a person is person, okay? And then the next mistakes that I hear all the time is the lack of liaison with temps en temps, okay? Je soupirais de temps en temps. Soupirer means, it comes from soupirer, which means to sigh. Je soupirais de temps en temps. J'ai alors pris un carton et je me suis mise à le remplir. So here, I don't think there was any problem. Si je n'ai pas utilisé ces objets depuis plus d'1 an, c'est qu'ils ne me sont pas nécessaires. So this is not really a difficulty here, but I think the ne and me sometimes cause problems. And that's what happened to you, Chantel. But it's because of the way the sentence was. It's just a long sentence. OK? Il y avait tant de choses dans ce carton que le voisin a dû m'aider à le transporter. So here there's no problem either. Je me suis débarrassée de nombreuses choses. Débarrasser comes from se débarrasser, which means to get rid of. So I got rid of many things. La maison me semblait plus légère and not légère, OK? Légère et moi aussi. Voilà. So the house, so after the spring cleaning, obviously the house seemed lighter and me too. And that is the end of your reading. I have to clap you. I have to clap both of you. You've been very amazing, amazing, amazing. That's very good. I'm very pleased. And yes, Elise, both of them have done a good job. So you would have had a good grade for your exam. So just keep practicing so that on the day you get the right grade, okay? Because remember, on the day, you're going to be nervous. And I say that to my students, you will be nervous. There's no maybe, you will be, okay? So that's why you have to practice so that you don't feel too nervous on the day. All right? Okay, so if we have no more comments and no questions, then I'm going to let you go. You've done a good job, nearly 2 hours with me. You've done extremely well. I'm sure you don't do so much French at school during that time. Yes, yes, I'm sure. Okay, we have Slayer who says, allons-y, Chantal, tu as été incroyable, j'adore ça. So obviously somebody you know, right? Yes, okay. Well, you have to say thank you to the viewers who supported you as well. If you want to say anything, you can say it, Chantel and Lovelet. Anything you want to say to your viewers is the time to do it before I stop the live.
All I can say, thank you very much for giving me courage and helping me calm down me being nervous. And thank you so much for giving me a boost of confidence.
Okay, that's very good. Lovelet, you want to say?
Oui, madam. I just want to say to all the viewers that are watching and who are about to watch, thank you so much for watching. And I really hope that my mistakes or my errors helped you to better your speech or to better whatever French reading you have. And thanks to all my friends who are watching for your support. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, thank you from me, okay, from French Action. And please don't forget to like the video. It's very important to get many, many likes so that YouTube can push our videos. It's very difficult when we don't have we don't have likes because it tells YouTube that you don't like it. And I know that many people like the videos, but they don't necessarily click on the like. Okay, so please do so. And next time we're going to have another live, not next week but the week after. I'm planning another live, but this one will be on the questions for the orals. Okay, so I will need 2 students. So if you are interested, please contact me on frenchaction1@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm reading very quickly. Lynette Lurk said, you did great, Chantel. And Elise said, well said, both of you. And Vincia said, Jenny, thanks always for the opportunity for the students and your dedication. Merci beaucoup, Vincia. Thank you very much. So don't forget, in 2 weeks' time, the questions, we're going to do questions on especially home and family and sports, schools, those kind of questions. Okay? Okay, so au revoir tout le monde. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. And thank you for coming, the 2 of you.
Thank you for having me.